Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the midday news on Rajya Sabha TV. All the big stories from India and across the world coming up in the next 30 minutes. I'm Ashwarya with you. Let us start the news with the headlines. Supreme Court dismisses Mukesh Kumar's plea challenging rejection of his mercy petition by the President in the Nirbhaya case. 4 convicts to be executed on 1st of February at 6 a.m. Number of Indian airports screening passengers for symptoms of China coronavirus increases to 21 as death toll from the novel virus reaches 132. Centre asks for evacuation of Indians from China. Beating a retreat ceremony to mark a conclusion of Republic Day celebrations to be held today. Bands of the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force to perform at Raisina Hills. US President Donald Trump proposes Middle East plan with Jerusalem as undivided capital of Israel and an independent state of Palestine. Israel calls it historic. And javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra qualifies for 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Breaches qualification mark by throwing 87.86 meters at the Athletics Central Northeast meeting in South Africa. Top story this afternoon, the Supreme Court has dismissed the plea by Mukesh Kumar, one of the 4 death row convicts in the Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case, challenging the rejection of his mercy petition by the President. Now, a 3-judge bench headed by Justice R. Bhanumati said that expeditious disposal of mercy plea by the President doesn't mean non-application of mind by him. The court also said that alleged sufferings in prison cannot be grounds to challenge the rejection of mercy petition. The bench said that all relevant material, including judgments pronounced by the trial court, the High Court and the Supreme Court, were placed before the President when he was considering the mercy plea of the convict. And badminton champion Saina Nehwal has joined the ruling BJP today in the presence of party's National General Secretary Arun Singh. Now, Haryana-born Saina Nehwal is a major acquisition for the party. She is one of the most popular sportsperson in our country with a huge fan following and brand value. A former world #1, she has been honoured with the country's top sporting awards like the Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna Award and the Arjun Award.
आज मैं एक ऐसी पार्टी में मैंने ज्वाइन किया है जो देश के लिए इतना अच्छा करती है। मैं एक बहुत ही हार्ड वर्किंग पर्सन हूँ और मुझे हार्ड वर्किंग पर्सन बहुत पसंद है एंड आई कैन सी कि नरेंद्र मोदी सर जो दिन रात इतनी मेहनत करते हैं और कंट्री को देश के लिए इतनी मेहनत करते हैं, तो उनके साथ मैं कंट्री के लिए कुछ कर सकूँ तो ये मेरा सौभाग्य होगा।
On a Samadhi news, seasoned diplomat Harshvardhan Shringla today took charge as new Foreign Secretary for a fixed 2-year term, succeeding Vijay Gokhale. Now, Shringla, a 1984 batch officer of the Indian Foreign Service, said that he is very clear about the fact that the Foreign Service is a public service and its every effort should be dedicated to contributing towards the nation in the form of security and prosperity through external engagements.
I'm as committed to the ministry's role in nation building as I was 36 years ago, almost 36 years ago, when I entered these very portals as a young probationer. I look forward to functioning under the guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister, the External Affairs Minister, our political leadership, and with the support and cooperation of my colleagues, both in the ministry and outside.
And now all the news related to the upcoming Delhi Assembly polls. BJP leader Amit Shah will hold multiple public rallies for the upcoming Delhi Assembly elections. He will address public meetings in Najafgarh and Biswasan. He will also hold a roadshow in Palamaria. Amit Shah will also hold election campaign in BK Dutt Colony and Jorbagh Lane. And BJP President JP Nadda is also scheduled to hold 3 rallies for the Delhi Assembly elections. He will be holding rallies today and voting will be held on 8th of February and the results will be announced on 11th of February. Meanwhile, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal held a roadshow in Delhi's Rajendra Nagar. These are the visuals from the rally. So, electioneering has gained momentum in the national capital as the polling day nears. Now, Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has blamed Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for protests at the Shaheen Bagh. He said on Tuesday that if Arvind Kejriwal had given his approval to the probe at the JNU matter last year, the ongoing protests at the Shaheen Bagh could have been prevented. Let's take a listen.
राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए और राजनीतिक स्वार्थ के लिए असामाजिक तत्वों को मंच देंगे और आम आदमी पार्टी और कांग्रेस के ही लोग हिंसा में लिप्त थे। 20 दिसंबर को 21 दिसंबर को जो हुआ, उनके विधायक और कॉर्पोरेटर दोनों एफआईआर है उनके ऊपर। बहुत सारी खबरें हैं, पीएफआई के कार्यालय नए कैसे खुले, 130 अकाउंट में कितने कहां पैसे गए, तुरंत वो पैसे कैसे निकाल दिए गए, और 130 करोड़ कोई छोटी रकम नहीं होती।
Meanwhile, senior BJP leader and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh held an election rally in Kondli Assembly seat targeting the Kejriwal-led AAP government in Delhi. Rajnath Singh said that he has failed to fulfill his promises made to the people in the last elections.
वादे बहुत सारे किए। मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि जितने भी वादे केजरीवाल ने किए हैं, सारे वादों को पूरा किया है कि नहीं किया? मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूं। मुफ्त में फ्री वाईफाई का वादा किया था, तो फ्री वाईफाई का वादा उन्होंने पूरा किया है कि नहीं किया है?
And yesterday, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also held a roadshow in Karawal Nagar. He said that the Delhi government worked tirelessly for the welfare of the people in the last 5 years, and he promised to continue the developmental works if he is voted back to power.
महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए हमने प्लान करा है। एक तो सीसीटीवी कैमरे लगवा रहे हैं पूरी दिल्ली में, दूसरा स्ट्रीट लाइट्स लगवा रहे हैं जहां जहां अंधेरे हैं, बसों में मार्शल्स की नियुक्ति करा दी। अब दिल्ली की हर कॉलोनी, हर गांव, हर मोहल्ले में मार्शल की नियुक्ति करेंगे, आपको अपराध से मुक्ति दिलाने के लिए, महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए। तो अगले 5 साल में और भी बहुत सारे काम करने हैं।
And on to our special report now. Patparganj is a key assembly constituency in East Delhi with over 2,14,000 voters. Aam Aadmi Party is banking on heavyweight Manish Sisodia to win the seat once again, while both the BJP and the Congress have fielded newcomers to take on Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister. So how does the poll battle look like here, and what are the key issues dominating the poll scene this time in this East Delhi constituency? Let's find out in this report.
From industrial complexes to housing societies and slums, the Patparganj Vidhan Sabha constituency has a mix of voters from all sections. And trying to recreate its success in this East Delhi Assembly seat, the Aam Aadmi Party is banking on the reputation of its Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, who is contesting the seat for the 3rd time.
वो सारी गारंटियां इस विधानसभा के लिए भी हैं, और इस विधानसभा को एक मॉडल विधानसभा बना के यहाँ साफ सफाई से लेके, यहाँ के एरिया के डेवलपमेंट से लेके, यहाँ महिला सुरक्षा से लेके, यहाँ की स्ट्रीट लाइट से लेके, हर चीज़ जो दिल्ली में होगी, दिल्ली से थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा यहाँ टॉप क्लास होगी।
Hoping to make a mark among the formidable population of voters from Uttarakhand and the Purvanchali community, the BJP has fielded first-timer Ravindra Negi, who hails from Uttarakhand.
जो आज सबसे मेन समस्या इस क्षेत्र की है गंदे पानी की। हम गंदे पानी से निजात दिलाएंगे। सीवर ब्लॉक है जहाँ तहाँ, आप यहाँ गांव पड़ते हैं, 4-5 गाँवों में चले जाओगे तो आप जगह जगह वहाँ सीवर ब्लॉक मिलेंगे, लोग गटर का पानी पीते हैं। मेरी प्राथमिकता रहेगी पहले जीतते ही मैं साफ पानी मुहैया कराऊंगा लोगों को।
The Congress, battling an existential crisis in the national capital, is betting on Lakshman Singh Rawat, who is promising to bring back the Sheila Dikshit era of development.
जो दिल्ली हमने बनाई थी और जिस दिल्ली पे हमें गर्व था, सभी दिल्ली के निवासी बहुत गर्वान्वित महसूस करते थे और बाहर से जब लोग दिल्ली में आए तो देख के बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित थे 15 साल में दिल्ली का विकास को जो ठप हो गया है उसको दोबारा स्थापित करेंगे, क्योंकि आम आदमी की सरकार बहुत खास हो गई है। अब वो बड़े बड़े घरों में रहते हैं, बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियों में जाते हैं और हाथ हिलाते हुए निकल जाते हैं क्षेत्र से।
In 1993, the BJP won the Patparganj seat that became a Congress stronghold from 1998 to the 2008 elections. In 2013, Manish Sisodia won the seat for the first time for the Aam Aadmi Party. The constituency has over 2 lakh voters who claim no government has worked on issues like safety, parking, encroachment and cleanliness for several years now. With inputs from Bharat Singh Divakar, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Big story from Maharashtra, where the death toll in Tuesday's bus and auto rickshaw collision in Nashik district has mounted to 26, with the recovery of 2 more bodies from the well in which the vehicles had fallen. According to the state police, 32 people remain admitted in hospitals. More than 18 people also suffered injuries in the accident, which took place at around 4 p.m. on the Malegaon-Deola road in Nashik. The state government has announced 10 lakh rupees compensation each to the kin of the deceased. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has directed the administration to provide all possible help to the people injured in the accident. President Ramnath Kovind has expressed condolences to the bereaved families and wished for early recovery of those injured. Vice President Naidu also took to Twitter. He said, "Saddened at the loss of lives in the accident in Maharashtra's Nashik district, my condolences to the bereaved families and prayers for the fast recovery of the injured." And Prime Minister Narendra Modi also condoled the death of the people in the accident and hoped for speedy recovery of the injured. In midday news, time for a very short break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The centre has asked all the departments under it to fill existing vacancies in a time-bound manner. The order comes after Cabinet Committee on Investment and Growth, headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in its meeting held on December 23rd last year, gave directions to take a time-bound action to fill existing vacancies in various ministries and departments. According to our latest government data, over 6.83 lakh posts were lying vacant in different central government departments. The Personnel Ministry has also sought a report on the action being taken to fill up the existing vacancies on a monthly basis. The first such report should reach the ministry by 5th of February. The beating retreat ceremony will be held today, marking the culmination of the 4-day-long Republic Day celebrations. Now, as many as 24 performances on Vijay Chowk will enthrall the spectators with the captivating and foot-tapping music of the bands from the Army, the Navy, Air Force and Central Armed Police Force. This year, 15 military bands, 16 pipe and drums, band from regimental centres and battalions are participating in the ceremony. The principal conductor of the ceremony will be Flying Officer Rupa Chandra. The beating retreat ceremony is organised every year on 29th of January at Raisina Hills, and it includes performances by the bands of the Indian Army, the Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force. Meanwhile, traffic restrictions and diversions will be in place for the beating retreat ceremony, and illumination of the Rashtrapati Bhavan. According to an advisory issued by the Delhi Police, Vijay Chowk will be closed for traffic from 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Entry and exit gates at Delhi Metro's Udyog Bhavan and Central Secretariat stations will remain closed from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. I beg your pardon, 6:30 p.m. And now an update on China's coronavirus, and the deadly virus continues to wreak havoc in China, with the 25 new fatalities being reported from the central Hubei province, taking the total death toll to 132 and the confirmed infection cases to nearly 6,000. Now, Chinese health experts have warned that the epidemic may reach its climax in the next 10 days, resulting in large-scale casualties. The Chinese health authorities announced on Wednesday that 5,974 confirmed cases of pneumonia caused by the novel coronavirus has been reported in 31 provincial-level regions by the end of Tuesday. Chinese President Xi Jinping on Tuesday called the coronavirus a demon which should be brought under control. China has ramped up efforts to contain the virus. The country has extended the New Year festival holidays till 2nd of February to prevent the reverse migration of millions of migrant workers to return to their work from holidays. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has called on the international community to remain calm and not overreact. The WHO chief has also assured Beijing all necessary help to contain the virus outbreak. Nations across the globe are pushing for evacuation of their citizens from the China's virus-hit Hubei province. India, the US and several other countries are finalizing plans to evacuate their citizens from the Hubei province, which is the epicenter of the virus outbreak. However, the WHO has categorically said that it does not recommend the evacuation of foreign nationals. Meanwhile, number of Indian airports that are screening passengers for the symptoms of China's coronavirus has now increased to 21. Health Ministry has issued a travel advisory for all travelers to China, and the ministry has asked all the travelers to avoid all non-essential travel to China. India is also preparing to evacuate its citizens from the Hubei province. The government has also set up a 24/7 helpline number to attend to the queries about the novel coronavirus. Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has urged people not to panic, however, over coronavirus, and has confirmed that no case is detected in India so far.
हमारे राजदूतावास जो हैं चीन के सरकार के साथ उनका संपर्क है, तो हम लोग अभी प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि इवैक्यूएशन का जो है प्लेन भेज के हमारे स्टूडेंट, ज़्यादातर स्टूडेंट है उस शहर में, वुहान शहर में, तो उनको वापस कैसे लाया जाए। तो ये प्रयास जारी है, इसमें कुछ दिन लगेंगे, पर आप पूरा भरोसा करिए कि भारत सरकार इस पर लगी है और ज़रूर कुछ दिनों में कुछ आप लोगों को सूचना मिलेगी। जो बच्चे जो हैं वो अभी तक सब बिल्कुल ठीक है। अभी तक हमें ऐसी कोई खबर नहीं आई कि कोई बच्चा वो कोरोना वायरस से बीमार है। रोज़ हमारे एम्बेसी जो हैं उनके साथ फ़ोन पे भी कांटेक्ट रखते हैं, इंटरनेट पे भी कांटेक्ट रखते हैं।
देश में NIV पुणे के बाद 4 और स्थानों पर वायरस के टेस्टिंग के लिए फैसिलिटीज़ क्रिएट कर दी गई हैं 4 लैब्स में, और आने वाले कुछ ही दिनों में ये 10 स्थानों पर वायरस को टेस्ट करने की फैसिलिटीज़ होंगी। सभी ऐसे संबंधित शहरों में हॉस्पिटल्स में आइसोलेशन के लिए अच्छे क्वालिटी के ज़रूरत पड़ने पर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, उनको सर्वेलेंस में रखने के लिए स्पेशल बेड्स क्रिएट कर दिए गए हैं।
And in more international news, US President Donald Trump on Tuesday proposed a Middle East peace plan that he claimed was a realistic two-state solution. The plan promises to keep Jerusalem as Israel's undivided capital. He proposed an independent Palestinian state and the recognition of Israeli sovereignty over West Bank settlements. Standing alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, Donald Trump said that his proposals could be the last opportunity for Palestinians, and he further characterized his proposal as a win-win for both Israelis and Palestinians and a bold step forward for the region. However, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has dismissed the plans as a conspiracy.
A realistic two-state solution that resolves the risk of Palestinian statehood to Israel's security. This is the first time Israel has authorized the release of a conceptual map illustrating the territorial compromises it's willing to make for the cause of peace, and they've gone a long way. This is an unprecedented and highly significant development. Under this vision, Jerusalem will remain Israel's undivided, very important, undivided capital. This map will more than double the Palestinian territory and provide a Palestinian capital in eastern Jerusalem, where America will proudly open an embassy. No Palestinians or Israelis will be uprooted from their homes.
Mr. President, because of this historic recognition, and because I believe your peace plan strikes the right balance where other plans have failed, I've agreed to negotiate peace with the Palestinians on the basis of your peace plan. And because I believe your peace plan strikes the right balance where other plans have failed, I hope that the Palestinians embrace this and build with Israel a future of prosperity and peace. I also hope that our other Arab neighbors embrace your vision and forge a path of reconciliation with Israel that can create for all of us a brilliant future.
And in more international news, India has diverted its naval ship INS Airawat for providing relief material to the cyclone-hit Madagascar as it stood in solidarity with the island nation. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh said that the Indian Navy has already launched Operation Vanilla to help the cyclone-hit nation and has diverted its naval ship to provide relief materials to the affected people. The MEA said that Madagascar has been hit by a cyclone and there has been heavy flooding and landslides since last week, causing loss of lives and displacement of a number of people. According to reports, more than 92,000 people have been affected. In a tweet on 25th of January, the president of Madagascar had requested international mobilization for the national disaster that had struck his country. And INS Airawat is carrying 5 pallets each of clothing, naval stores, along with the 3 pallets of medicines, among other essential items. And now let's talk about environment and climate change. Appearance of locusts in winter months is a new phenomenon and is likely linked to climate change. Swarms of desert locusts have been observed in some districts of Rajasthan and Gujarat since December last year. Locusts have also been observed swarming in from Pakistan and Afghanistan towards Punjab. Now, current spotting or detection of locust hoppers in some numbers or groups do not carry any serious threat, but farmers need to guard against fresh incursions from across the border in view of expected post-winter temperature rise. The farmers have been advised to be vigilant for the desert locusts in their areas and do not need to panic or opt for spraying of pesticides. On to the top sports focus, and Neeraj Chopra has qualified for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics with a throw of 87.86 meters at the Athletics Central Northeast meeting in South Africa today. This is significant because Neeraj had earlier missed the IAF World Championships, the Diamond League and also the Asian Championships due to an elbow injury. And his last major international competition was the 2018 Jakarta Asian Games, where he had won the gold medal with a national record of 88.06 meters. And this today's key throw coming just ahead of Olympics and after the injury is very significant. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Midday News. Thanks so much for watching.